house guests. Welcome to today's Celebrity Big Brother 2 updates and spoilers. You're gonna have to bear with me today, you guys. Our house guest of the day is my beautiful dog, Flash, who we had to say goodbye to today after 14 amazing years together. Not only was he a huge part of our family, but he was also a huge part of the Madrosed, like, Big Brother family, because when we used to film the spoilers in the other room, Flash and Lucy would come in every day with us and sit there while we filmed, and the second I said much love, they knew it was done and they would get up and leave. So they were part of the crew. Flashy, we love you so much, baby. We miss you. Obviously, I did not really feel like making a spoiler today, but I didn't want to leave you guys hanging and gotta, you know, keep on keeping on, right? So I apologize for the abbreviated spoiler today. I tried to include everything that's like super important, but some of the little details are missing, so hopefully I can fill in the gaps tomorrow. We'll be back to normal-ish. Also, my brain is like not really working right now. It's been a really difficult week and a half or so, so I'm looking at these words right now and they're not really meaning anything, so just bear with me. Again, I apologize that this is sloppy, but I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. Alright, so when we left off yesterday, also it's a nice distraction, but when we left off yesterday, the house guests were waiting for nominations to happen, and Tom was trying to decide who to put up out of the athlete trio. You know, he's got 3 choices and 2 nominations to make, so who's it gonna be? So he seemed pretty dead set on putting up Lolo and Ricky, with Ricky as the main target. But then he talked to Candy, and Candy was telling him it would make a lot more sense to put up Nathalie next to Ricky because they're the 2 biggest threats in that trio, so that would prevent them from saving each other with the power of veto. So if one of them wins, they would save themselves. And then Tom also feels like he can have more of a working relationship with Lolo as opposed to the other 2, so it just makes more sense to leave her off of the block. Okay, so then Tom was kind of nervous though because he already told Nathalie that he wasn't going to put her up. He had his one-on-one chats with everybody, which seems a little silly in hindsight, right? When he's going to be now breaking these promises. So Candy's like, who cares? She's going to target you anyway, which is a good point. No matter what, that trio is coming after Tom, so it really doesn't matter if he like pisses them off this week. So Tom's like, yeah, and they've been rude to me, so whatever. I'm gonna do this. Alright, so then Lolo, Nathalie, and Ricky all compared notes on their chats with Tom, which they were not supposed to do because Tom was all like, at the beginning of each conversation, he was like, just, you know, I want to keep this between us, let's keep it confidential, and everyone was like, of course, but you know that's not gonna happen. He had to know that that wasn't gonna happen. So they think that Lolo and Ricky are gonna go up because that's what Tom told them. But Ricky is like, you know what? We know that one of us is going. Let it be me. So he is trying to freaking sacrifice himself right now. He's trying to quit without quitting. So they're like, oh my god, that's crazy, you're crazy. But then they basically they agree to it. You know, like when somebody offers to pay the check for dinner and you have to like do the little dance. Even if like they are, you know they're gonna pay for it, you have to play along. You have to be like, oh no, let me get it, come on, what? They gave one, you're crazy, and then they were into the plan. So anyway, I don't think it's up to you, because if you look at it, if 2 of them are up on the block, and it's the one other person from the trio and Tamar voting like for Ricky to go, that's not enough votes because there's 4 people voting this week. So if it's a tie, it's going to be up to Tom. So they're going to have to swing some other votes here. So Ricky is like, yeah, you guys should be the ones to move on. You guys have the best chance of winning, and you know, you're going to have an even better chance if you're not stressed. Like, I don't want this tearing our group apart. So just let me do this for you. He's saying that he wanted to change people's view of him when he came into the house from a competitor to like a healer and a mentor, which sounds really nice, but then you think about the game that Ricky has played in this house. What the F? Is that why you purposefully stirred up so much shit and tried to like cause drama? That doesn't sound like a healer to me. And again, I'm all for the stuff that Ricky is preaching, but I don't see him doing that, you know? So it kind of rubs me the wrong way, whatever. But he's like, I don't love to compete anymore. What I've enjoyed most here are the conversations with people and getting them to look at things differently and believe in themselves, which is nice. I feel like he has had some really nice conversations with people, but then, you know, there's the other side of that coin where he is saying some really, really mean things to people, but I don't know what to say about Ricky. So he's like, if you guys win, I win. So then at one point, it was just Natalie and Ricky talking, and Tom walks by and he's like, hey guys, I haven't really made up my mind yet about what I'm doing, so if you want to chat with me again, I'm cool with it. And they're like, oh no, you already look stressed enough, like we're not gonna put you through that again. So they declined. They might be regretting that later. So then it was time for the nomination ceremony, and Tom put up Ricky and Natalie, so he went ahead with Candy's plan, and that's that. So then the feeds come back. Natalie, Lolo, and Tamar are angry and confused, like really confused, because Tom was saying that Lolo was going to be going up as a pawn and that Ricky was going to be going up as well. So they all agree that Tom's out next. They want to put him up with Candy. They're like super pissed at Candy right now, because they voted to keep her, and now she's like this with Tom. I gotta say, again, I mentioned this yesterday, I really love the duo of Tom and Candy. I think they bounce off each other really well, and I think that Candy has a really good, like, calming effect on Tom, you know? I just think they're a really good duo. I kind of wish he had worked with her closer instead of Kato in the beginning. But yeah, they're all wondering why Tom told them one thing and then went and did something else. Maybe you should have talked to him again when he offered to talk to you again, and then you could have either swayed him or found out what was really going to happen, and then you wouldn't have been surprised. What? Alright, so then Lolo and Natalie reveal to Tamar that Ricky has offered to bow out of the game for them. So they're telling Tamar, in order to pull this off, we're going to need the numbers. So you need to get Candy's vote so that we can get rid of Ricky. And Tamar's like, I'm not going to be able to get Candy to do anything. They are pissed that they kept Candy over Joey when Joey definitely would have been a number for them. But you know what? I don't know that that is 100% guaranteed, because I would not be surprised if Joey had stayed, if he would have flipped back over and gone where the power went, right? I don't know if he was 100% loyal to those other people. But yeah, they're really, really angry at Candy, and they are definitely talking a lot of smack about her. Alright, so I just want to mention too, while this conversation was happening with Lolo, Natalie, and Tamar, Tom was up in the HOH room listening to his music and doing like the goofiest dancing ever. So that was fun. But anyway, they're not even sure who the target is at this point, because this is not what they expected. But they're just trying to figure out how they can get rid of Ricky. They need that vote. So if they can't get Candy's vote, they're going to have to work on Deena. They're going to try and push the whole let's have 5 girls in the final thing. We'll see if it works. Alright, so then Natalie and Lolo were talking alone. This is so ridiculous. Natalie was saying, oh, what's going to happen if I win the veto? Lolo is worried that she will go up if Natalie wins the POV. Wow, selfish. So ideally, they're hoping that Lolo is going to win and save Natalie. We'll see. I mean, she's got a good shot, right? She won that other power veto. But then they're thinking, okay, so if Lolo wins, we can both be safe. And then they're figuring Tamar would probably be the replacement nominee. Yeah, probably, right? I mean, he's not gonna put up Candy or Deena, I don't think. So Lolo is wondering, maybe we could even get the votes to save Ricky and get rid of Tamar? We'll see. Alright, so then they were just talking so much crap about Tom. Of course, calling him like a male chauvinist pig, and like, they even called him a dirty, greasy old man. What? I'm pretty sure Lolo was criticizing him for wanting to go to the end with like the weaker competitors. That is definitely a valid strategy, and it makes a lot of sense. I just can't. It just blows my mind that the athlete group, who is like used to competing and losing, is the most unsportsmanlike and like biggest complainers. wild. So then Lola was crabbing to Deena, and she's like, Tom brought up my Olympic dreams when I had my one-on-one with him, and that's manipulation. He was trying to be nice to her. He really does want to try and strike up some sort of deal, friendship-ish kind of thing with Lolo, because he was telling her, oh, you know, honestly, I'm not here for the money. I just want to make it to the Final Four to get exposure because I do like pretty okay doing my stand-up. And he's saying Candy and Deena, they're pretty wealthy. And I know you're here and you actually want the money and you need the money because Lolo has said in the past that like she needs the money for health insurance and like to get all the training and everything to get her to the next Olympics. So she's like, oh, he's bringing that up and like manipulating me with that. I don't think so. He was saying that she should mention that if she makes it to the end because they don't all need the money. So you could use that in your final speech, but whatever. So Nathalie joins them and now suddenly they want to play with Deena. So they're asking her about how she's going to vote and they're telling her, oh, if you vote with us, then we can have like an all-girls thing. And Deena's like, yeah, I wanted an all-girls thing from the beginning. I was telling the producers that. So then Nathalie and Lola are like, well, you didn't tell us that. And Deena's like, well, you didn't talk to me. Sounds like a recurring theme here, right? Remember before that veto ceremony when Nathalie didn't want to talk to her allies and Tom didn't want to talk to his allies? So Lola was like, if you vote with us, you'll be safe next week. You know, if we get rid of Ricky this week, boom, we only have one wiener left. Boom, we get rid of him. And yeah, it'll be great. So obviously they're targeting Tom. And they say he's got to go. So then Deena and Candy chat, and Deena is telling Candy about their pitch. But they still see Nathalie as the biggest threat. I'm pretty sure Deena will stick with Tom and Candy, as long as they're in power at least, right? I think if Deena was HOH too, she would stick with them. But if the other side were to win, she would probably jump ship, try to save herself. So yeah, they still think definitely Nathalie is the biggest threat. And they do not want to win this veto. They don't want to be getting blood on their hands right now because they don't really need to. But they do want to win the next HOH because that is going to be crucial with Tom not being able to play. And there was some mention of Tom being a threat to win this whole thing. He is very good at competitions and he's building up quite a resume for himself. So I don't think they would actually try to take him out if they won HOH. But I think if somebody else put him up, maybe they would vote him out. We'll see. So, in other news, Tom knows that the trio's pissed at him. He's just trying to play the game, man. Right? So then today, they had the Power Veto player picks. Guess who's not playing? Lolo. Everyone is playing but Lolo. Uh-oh. So today, Lolo continued to crab about Tom talking about her Olympic dreams and her health care, blah. So then, this is one of the parts where I really skip over some stuff because I can't today. I hope you understand. But they had the Power Veto competition. I don't know what it was yet. We'll find out. But Tom won. Whoa, he's having quite a week for himself, isn't he? So now everyone, Tom included, is trying to figure out what he's going to do with all this power. Is he going to try and backdoor someone? Is he going to keep nominations the same? I don't think he has even decided at this point. We'll see. I really hope that Candy is going to be able to like talk some sense into him, but we'll see. And I don't know if the Power Veto ceremony is tomorrow or if it's going to be live on Friday. This season hasn't had like a really set schedule like a typical season of Big Brother because the show days are all so different and it's shorter. But we'll see. I don't know. I will tell you guys what I know. So thank you so much for watching today. I'm sorry that this was kind of a mess, but hopefully again you understand. And one last thing, if you got a few extra bucks, why not donate to like your local animal shelter, right? Or North Shore Animal League. That's where we got our babies, so they do a lot of really good work. So thank you guys, and until tomorrow, much love.